Alright, let's finish this out. Alright, so we just finished Swamp. Yeah, you're like 1 pixel off of the quick warp every time. Play around, figure out where that quick warp is. You can save a good 1.5 seconds like that. Speaking of quick warps, that's not where you go for that one. So, even if you don't do spooky or don't do it yet, it's good practice to just do this initial movement correctly, and it won't lose you any time. So, what you have to do is go underneath the rock here, and then you can see I'm already set up on the quick warp. So, like, basically what you're looking for the quick warp is for the shadow to be hitting both sides of the warp. Like that. I'm on the other pixel, which is one to the right of the one that I wanted to be on, but it's fine. That's the one I wanted to show. So, yeah. That's the one that you should be on. One to the right of it works, but basically this movement doesn't really lose time because you have to wait out your iframes anyway. Before you warp. And this will make it easier to switch strats whenever you choose to. I see most people menu to ether to hit this 1 tile wide dash line, but it doesn't really matter that much. You can just go anywhere. You can use it to set up that quick warp or whatever. Yeah, good job noticing that you're gonna get hit there. So most people actually menu to fire rod at the top of this room, like right there, just so you can get that extra tile of dash speed, and then you don't have to fix your dash line here. So you use the menu to make sure you don't bunk on the wall and to make sure that you land here so you get the clean dash line. Alternatively, if you're going for like a faster Meyer 2 strat, you can hold the fire rod menu until this room right here, and then you can see like what cycle the wizards are on to make sure that you're not going to get like a shot is not going to miss or whatever. I never found that helpful, but some people do. Alright. Doesn't matter how many fire rod shots you use there. That's not how I'm used to doing it, but if it works, it works. Doesn't really matter how many fire rod shots you use because you're going to get a full refill before the next time you need to use the fire rod anyway. Nope. Yeah. That's just a little oopsie. You didn't take too much damage though, so it should be fine. I don't remember if you have mushroom or not. I don't think you do, so gonna have to be super extra careful. Make sure you don't take any additional damage. Like you're fine like this. Yeah. So that guy wasn't in your way, but you have the right idea there. Just fire rod him and don't worry about it. Just get him out of the way. that guy's name's Carl, and he's a dick. Yeah, so you did an extra fire rod shot here, which I don't think you're doing spooky, so it's fine. But optimally you want the half bar of magic there. And what you'll see most people do here, they only do 3 of the fire rods through the blocks, and then they'll go around here and they'll light this from here. That's only really helpful if you did the first 3 torches fast enough that you can beat the Wizrobe through the gap. You kind of got tripped up a little bit, so you had the Wizrobe in your way, so didn't really matter too much. You can just dash straight into that pit, you don't need to cancel. You want to wait till you get in the water and then start pumping, because water pumping is easier than land pumping. So water movement goes 2 pixels and then 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Land pumping is 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So obviously you have a bigger window in the water that you can gain some time on versus on the lands. That's a little bit of bad luck, but if you're not doing Spark Gamble, you probably shouldn't be dashing down there anyway. So this is what you're going to see most people do. This is called Spark Gamble. You just go down the stairs, you dash down here, dash over here, menu to hook shot to reset the frame rule, and then you just kind of get what you get. If you do like what you're doing here and go above the pipe, it's gonna be consistent, but it's gonna be consistently slow. So let's say you just put a menu there or something, and then you come up here. It'll be consistent, but kind of slow. 1335. See, even with a bad Spark Gamble, I was saving 20 frames. That's really the only use case for that, is if you go for Spark Gamble and you get blocked by the Fire Snake. Like that. So there is a use case for that strat, but I wouldn't main it. I would either, like, go for broke here, try to get a good Spark Gamble, or alternatively, you go down here, you go down right, and then as soon as you hit, like, this blue line on the tile, you dash down. So this is what it'll look like. And then you use that menu to make sure that Fire Snake isn't gonna screw with you. Or you use it there to set that dash up. Yeah. So that's a rare RNG. So even though that's taking the same amount of time as the other strat, it's gonna save time most often. You just have to make sure that you walk down enough here so to beat that spark. So play around, see what you like. You always want a diagonal before you hook shot, because something hitbox something. I'm not actually sure why, but you want a diagonal before using the hook shot. You want to actually dash through this door, because then if this guy is in your way, he'll just jump away by default, and you'll put your sword away right away and regain control of Link. Yep. So you don't actually need to slash this guy. If you pull this pot right away, and you spawn this heart before he shoots his thing, then he won't be able to shoot his beam because of sprite overload, and then you can just throw the pot and it'll kill him. Unless you really, really want this heart, which honestly you don't need because you're at 7, which is actually like 1 more than you need. But if it's for comfort, then I mean you're like a minute 14 ahead, so like comfort is comfort at this point. Just close out the PB. Yeah, I mean you could do that a little faster. You can do that fast enough to always dodge those fireballs, but it is what it is. Oh, you are doing spooky. Okay. I'm interested whether this is going to work or not. Yeah, it did. Okay. I wasn't sure that you had the bird leave on the right thing, but yep. That's fine. Technically optimal to go from below the torches, but that's fine. You can get it within 10 frames by going above the torch. It's good enough. Oh boy. Yeah, so this is the Strat Hub strat. Good for Strat Hub, not so great for actual runs. Because when you're doing Strat Hub attempts, you haven't been running for an hour and 11 minutes. So what you gotta do here, you gotta walk up to this little cross that's in the floor right here. Turn left, slash your sword, do some cardinals. Okay, so slash your sword, walk to a spot where you're gonna hit that diamond of 4. And only aim for this diamond of 4. Okay? If you give Helpa the command WQ VOD, it'll give you a good YouTube video to watch for this that'll go a little more in depth. And Joe kind of takes you step by step on what you should do for Vidi. Basically, come up here, hit those 4. You want to go down about a tile, but not any like further down than where I am right now. Slash again, and then you want to kind of aim for this little hole in the goo there that's not actually a hole, it's just an aesthetic. Hit as many eyeballs as you can. Pay attention on your second spin here, which eyeballs don't light up, because those are the ones that you're going to have to clean up afterwards. And then just clean them up by either slashing twice or you can just arrow them to kill them. Okay, so I think normally you get Ice Rod before here, but you didn't have bombs at the time, so just want to I think ideally you want to go through this bush right here so that you hit a nice slope dash there. It does stutter your movement a little bit, but you get a nice quick slope dash off of it, so it's fine. Yeah, don't overcomplicate this screen. Just the way you did it is absolutely fine. I would probably just release off those stairs. So tap your boots to release off the stairs, and then go here so you get a good dash line. straight out of the door, but remove that coin chaser guy from your chat. That's what I would recommend. So the menu doesn't matter too much here. I usually like to menu like right here to make sure that I'm lined up with the ladder and I'm not gonna like bonk off and have to slide off or anything. Don't slash your sword here, because the time that it takes to slash the sword actually just makes it slower than just doing a hook dash. Plus, like, that ladder isn't really long enough for a sword out hook dash to really make a difference at all. Plus, you just get blocked by boulders anyway, so it is what it is. Yeah, that was a good job navigating that screen, because it got a little weird there. You didn't have super speed here to do the Waffle House. Even then, it would have been, you would have had to hook this guy multiple times and make sure your timing was right. So yeah, if you wanna just main this and not have to deal with any of this, then that's absolutely fine. Waffle House is only available, I want to say, like 65% of the time anyway. And like it all depends on whether you're familiar with the RNGs, whether you should actually go for it or not. That guy looks scary, but he's really not, because what you want to do is actually go down here and line up with this spot, and I don't think he can hit you here. I'm like 99% sure he can't hit you. So for this guy, I would just go for this, honestly. The squirrel is frozen, but he has to pick a spot to go. So I would just charge the dash and let this squirrel do whatever he wants. You're taking a risk here that like you hit him when he's like there ish, and then you dead rock yourself in front of the cave, and that's not great. So if you charge a dash here, you only have a 25% chance of getting blocked, and then decrease that chance, because like when you do get blocked, there's a little bit of time that you'll have to process. Oh, he went up. Let's pull out and walk around. Yeah, see how close you got to getting screwed there? You don't want to introduce that into your run. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so if you get blocked here, you only have to dash that. You only have to dash to this bubble right here, and then you dash back. Ban squirrels. I don't recommend these cardinals. I just recommend doing some diagonals here. You're moving at 4 pixels per frame no matter what. So hook speed, use your menu to hammer there, but then just buffer some diagonals, and they should put you where you need to go. So use the hammer there, buffer your diagonals, and then menu to Quake to try and hit the quick warp. There's a meme that quick warp is free. It's really not. You just have to pause on the right frame. Oh, but you got it, so very nice. Let me see that. one more time. Okay. You actually want to do an item dash here. You want to press Y and A at the same time. The only reason for that is when you get off these steps, then you won't have to do a ledge hop on the way down. So you press A here instead of over here. And this is a lot less precise than down here. Okay, very good. You remembered the bomb? Coin didn't even remind you? Why you need to ban him from your chat? He doesn't even help. I wouldn't worry about you. You did the fairy skip earlier, so I wouldn't worry about health right now. Do you have a fairy coming? Okay. You tried. Yeah. Good. 100% approve. You tried the fast strat, it didn't work, so you just went, oh, I don't approve of that, though. Menuing from the mirror to the cane is 1 to the left. Yep, good. I think it's worth learning this room if you have sword beams, because you're gonna have sword beams more often than not. And basically the only difference is that instead of... the only difference here... So you're gonna make a block here. So what you should do now is you should face up and slash. That'll hit your switch. And then and then after the switch is hit, explode the Samaria block. All the while you're getting down into your block push thing to get your iframes and such. So try to get a good RNG here where this is gonna work. Something like that. Now, like, this is probably one of the worst runes in the game. Because it's very RNG heavy, and you need to know what to do when you get blocked. I'm just trying to show, like, an optimal strat. That double cane block strat is good for a lot more situations, i.e. when you don't have sword beams. If you get double blocked, there's the Brahmin Block Blast, which is maybe over here. I don't do this strat, I just seen it. Trying to monkey see, monkey do here, but yeah. So, and then there's always the safety. But just realize that you're gonna take a lot of damage in this room, especially early on, until you get used to what all of the RNGs do. Yeah, like I said, that double cane block strat is fine, and it works on both sides, but it is worth learning how to use your sword beams to your advantage there. Instead of cutting this short like that, I would just dash until the way bottom here. I'm pretty sure it's faster to dash to the bottom, but I don't know, maybe it's not. Oh, baby. Nice. Okay. That's good enough. That's one of the toughest RNGs, but it is one of the fastest ones. If you do it correctly, the way that you did it, I don't think it's a faster RNG anymore. But what you did was functional. Uh, I would just leave it at that for now. No reason why you need to be learning key dashes right now. You have a million other things to learn. Yep. Perfect. Uh, I would just get God Pokies. No. Okay. So Pokies 2 is definitely a room to spend a lot of time in. There's 16 different RNGs that can happen, and you need to do kind of different stuff in every room. And then since this room and the next room are on the same super tile, you'll have roller shenanigans to deal with. So it's good to get used to like what roller patterns go with which pokey patterns. By and large, you want to go for the left pokey first. I want to say 13 out of 16 RNGs you go for left pokey first, or you try to get both of them on either the left or right side. So I would just default to left pokey first. Reason is this left pokey is gonna bounce off here and bounce off here and then bounce off of here, whereas this pokey is just gonna clear this Medusa every time. I don't know why we call those Medusas. It's more like a vampire, but anyway. Yeah, this shooter guy. This guy is never gonna bounce off of the shooter, whereas this guy will, and that's gonna mess up your timing and stuff. So this guy is always gonna move in nice straight lines, and this guy can get interrupted a little bit. So that's why you always go for that guy first. And then yeah, you unfortunately just got a poke there, which is fine. Yeah, that's way too far to go for one heart. So if the roller is way far away like that, what you want to do is tuck yourself here, and then as soon as it's clear, you get this little walkway here. You don't get infinite time to get out of there because you see the roller bounces back after a little bit, but it is a pretty lengthy amount of time that you get to walk around there. Okay, that's fine. That functions completely fine. It's what you wanted to do here was just stand on the right half of these blue pegs to get iframes, because because you bonking like this is gonna cause you to lose control of Link for a second. So that just makes it a little bit slower. But again, it works, so if you don't want to change it, then don't change it. Also worth learning how to do Crystal Roller Room with beams, but if you don't find that you're entering Crystal Roller Room with beams very often, then it's probably not worth it. Okay. Yikes. Okay, fine. Alright. So, okay. I think I see what happened. Yeah. Okay. So, here on your initial approach, should have just put the block down from the front. If you're not doing the safety door, you don't want to run through here, because you notice your mistake and then you put the block in the right spot, and now you see like why this block needs to be placed here. It's because you need to put it in a spot where when he hits it, he'll deflect down into the hole. So yeah, just keep placing that block exactly where it is. Just try not to cancel past the thing. I think you put this in your post actually that you messed that up and whatever, but it's fine. Yeah, don't be afraid of that guy. Just do what you're gonna do. Yeah, you don't need to be afraid of that guy. Yeah, also just kill that dude. Yeah, that's fine. That heart doesn't actually help you, so I would have probably just skipped it. I guess it like nominally helps you, but it's fine. Oh, backdoor, nice. Oh no. All right. Oh god. This is giving me a heart attack, even though I know the result already. All right, that's fine. Again, it worked. Maybe not optimal, but you don't really need to be optimal to get a sub 90. Okay. Can tighten those dash cancels up a little bit, but other than that, I wouldn't dash on this screen. You really need to know what you're doing in order to save time here. I would just walk. 'Cause if you get caught with either your sword out or you're too close to the tower, you're gonna cause lag. I would just walk, not have to worry about dash canceling in time or which direction or whatnot. And again, your the sword out climb here doesn't really save time unless you're one hand double pumping it, which I can see from your input display that you're not. So you're just losing the time on the slash here, and you're doing a harder strat for no gain. Just do a just do a hook dash and pump up the stairs. Okay. No notes. Uh yeah, and we're getting into again that pick up and throw pots. Like just learn how to pick up and throw optimally. It's just a timing thing, and you'll beat hammering them most of the time. Um, that also allows you to save your menu until you're in a prime position to hit your hammer. Doesn't seem to have affected too much, but yep. Oh, it's interesting. I didn't know you could hit it like that. But yeah, you've got the right idea there. Slash that guy. If he gets caught against the pot, you have to kill him. But if he doesn't, then you're fine. You can be a little closer to that crystal switch, but try not to get too close to it, or you're gonna stick on it. That's fine. You just need to wait a little bit to do that hook shot. Yeah, so Ideally, you want to stretch this dash about a tile longer so that you're hooking to this corner right here. But just like a 4-frame difference or something. Okay, it's a decent backup strat. There are there are faster ways to do that room, but we're not going to get into it right now. You don't need to know it for sub 90. If you're gonna do that strat on bombable floor that you do, though, I would definitely just pick up the arrows so that you don't have to pick these up. Because if you had picked up the ones up above are nominally faster to get, and you definitely had a chance to get them. Definitely want to dash there. That's a lot more than 4 tiles to dash. The rest of the room was fine. Okay. Don't worry too much about dashing out of the room here. That doesn't actually save all that much time. I would just walk out. Okay. Looks like you know kind of what to do, you just messed it up. So this is another one of those rooms where you don't want to be holding a direction. You just want the game to put you down on the grid, and then you get the key dash. Looks good. You walked a little too far to the left. Oh, it still worked. Very nice. That's a hard room. Oh, okay. Cool. It's another hard room that done very well. Yeah, always be prepared to shoot 3 times in this room. Optimally, you're not going to want to, but just basically I do here, just like you, just down left, shoot, and then I dash to the right. This will pick up any up RNGs. And then while I'm charging the dash, I'm looking to see what the 2 RNGs are, to see what to do next. But if you get 3 downs, then you should just be able to boop, boop. Give me the damn RNG. Don't waste your time trying to slash that skeleton, just arrow him if he doesn't go up. There it is. So be prepared to shoot 3 times, but you're not going to have to most of the time. It's kind of unlucky if you do have to shoot 3 times. I would go underneath this pot just because it's kind of a clean diagonal from the door. And if you're standing here while you pick it up, you're not trapped by the conveyor. And you can follow this guy up if he goes up. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Usually in this room you want to kill them in anti-clockwise order. But the room can get away from you very easily, so just whatever works works. So optimally for G3, you want to slash this guy, and then you want to dash through there. While you're dashing through here, you're looking at the RNG. If either of these guys go up, then you want to menu to Fire Rod and kill them ASAP. Because if they go up and they start messing around up there, then you can lose a good bit of time. Try not to have to menu to the fire rod. Try to believe that they're not gonna fuck you up, but also kind of be smart about it. If you do end up using the fire rod in this room, you need to get this small magic right here. Very nice. I would wait to menu until you're in this room, and I would take a free bow shot there, because you could save this fire rod shot if you hit on the bow shot. The bow shot will hit if he goes medium or long, but if he goes fast up, then the bow shot will miss. But you'll know right away because he'll stop and he'll look upwards, and then you can menu to fire rod and you can shoot him there. Okay, that works. There's kind of no good reason to take like the diagonal path there. It's not going to save you any time because you have to wait for these landmos anyway. Get there, just the landmo 2 preset sucks. That's what you do if the guy goes up. And then you're stuck on fire rod here and kind of subject to some RNG and G4. But other than that, it's not too bad. So there's no reason to do diagonals or anything. I do cardinals because it takes longer, so it's like better to bait the shooter. But that's what you feel comfortable with, and that's fine. I find cardinals easier. If you find the diagonal to be easier and consistent enough, then by all means do it. You actually didn't need that. This is the perfect amount of magic to go upstairs. Because with this amount of magic, you either need to get this pot or you need to get the pot and torches 1. And the pot and torches 1 is faster because you're going there anyway. Versus here, you have to kind of go out of your way. Try not to take that stair drag there. So you're menuing to Kane anyway, so you might as well hold either right or left coming out of here. I hold right because I'm not even sure why. So hold either right or left to cancel stair drag, and then as soon as you see Link turn, then you menu. The only thing, stair drag here isn't, but what it's doing is it's making your window a lot tighter. So canceling stair drag is going to give you that extra few frames in case you're a little slow that day. Okay, it doesn't 100% matter, but I use the menu when Link is right here just to make sure that I'm good to continue onto the pathway and that I'm not going to get pit stated. And like there isn't really a great time to menu otherwise. Let me just check your positioning here. Yep. You actually want to be maybe a pixel or 2 over to your right. This is still a pretty high percentage dash though, so you should be fine doing that dash line. Yeah, getting pit stated there sucks, but should still be all right. Definitely want to dash a little faster in that room, just because that laser is going to shoot at you, and you definitely don't want to be uh, on a late cycle, because then you can let it hit you. Ooh. Yeah, so if you're not getting that key, you don't need that heart pot, and you were at 10 hearts. You were fine. But again, you're 2 minutes ahead, so might as well just grab the safeties, save the time save for later. Okay. You actually wait for these bumpers a little too much, because by the time you start charging your dash, and then by the time you start dashing, these are super far apart. Enough messing around. There's a few different ways you can do this room. What FMG tells you to do is to walk just cardinal left, and then the conveyor will take you below the spikes. So walk cardinal left until you're past this spike. And then you want to walk until you're on this up conveyor. Slash your sword and then charge a dash. That'll normalize the room. You can also do like a try hard thing where you diagonal here and then you wait till the bumper's out of your way. Not 100% sure how this works, because I don't do it. I've once upon a time I did know how to do this strat. I never got it to save time. Supposedly it saves like 10 frames. The third way to do this is to just beeline for this Speedle. And then, just like before, you go to the up conveyor slash your sword and dash. Even if you miss that guy, then you can just get rid of the sword slash. So that's how that room works. That only counts as one. Alright. Yeah, I get 2 takes a lot of work. I think that counted as 2. I get 2 takes a lot of work, and I guess not. Should only need 1 more, though. And even if you work on it super long, you're still gonna get boned sometimes just by patterns and blue balls and stuff like this. So Megatu is probably one of the hardest bosses in the game to get fast. Oh, you missed. You missed the last slash. That sucks. Yeah, now we're in panic mode. That was a good start though, until you missed the last slash. Alright. See phase 4 and then we can wrap this up. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not 100% uh if you're not 100% comfortable with when you can get the torch glitch, just prioritize it. Get it with the lamp and then you can work on the rest later. I wouldn't have even gone for that. Close it out. Just do doubles if you have to. Doubles would lose what, 8 seconds? You have what, a 212 Ganon, so alright. Your positioning and stuff all looks fine. You're baiting the bats fine. You're not really doing any dangerous stuff, so I love that your chance to PB is 59.84% when you're 2 minutes ahead. All right, yeah. So yeah, you're just like 2 major time losses away from some 90. Honestly, definitely need to clean up a bit of Turtle Rock. Definitely do some work in Ice Palace. Um, I know I spent a long time on the Light World, but like that's all just like minor stuff. Like you're always gonna have catastrophes and runs until you get to, I don't know, like 127 level, and then like you can't have catastrophes anymore. But all right, I hope this has been useful.